What I'm about to tell you changed everything for me, and I hope it will for you too. As you navigate the complexities of modern life, you're constantly bombarded with information, tasks, and distractions. It's easy to get caught up in the noise and lose sight of what truly matters. But what if I told you that the key to a more peaceful, more focused existence lies not in doing more, but in letting go? Specifically, in letting go of what is not essential. You see, we often think of discipline as a matter of imposing strict rules and habits on ourselves. We try to control our environment, our thoughts, and our actions, hoping to achieve some semblance of order. But what if this approach is actually counterproductive? What if the more we try to control, the more we create a sense of inner turmoil? The ancient Stoics understood this paradox. Marcus Aurelius, in his Meditations, wrote extensively about the importance of distinguishing between what is within our control and what is not. He argued that we should focus on the former and accept the latter with equanimity. This idea resonates with the thoughts of Heraclitus, who noted that the only constant in life is change. We can't control the external world, but we can control how we respond to it. Seneca, another Stoic philosopher, took this idea a step further. He advocated for living in accordance with nature, which he believed meant embracing simplicity and rejecting excessive desires. For Seneca, discipline was not about suppressing our desires, but about understanding what truly brings us fulfillment. As you reflect on your own life, I'm sure you can think of times when you've gotten caught up in pursuing things that, in hindsight, were not essential. Perhaps you spent years chasing a career goal, only to realize that it didn't bring you the satisfaction you thought it would. Or maybe you've invested countless hours in relationships that ultimately proved unfulfilling. What would you have done differently if you had known then what you know now? The concept of discipline as a form of letting go is closely tied to the idea of forgetting. Yes, you heard that right, forgetting. In a world that constantly demands our attention, it's easy to get caught up in remembering everything. We feel pressure to recall every detail, every task, every obligation. But what if this pressure to remember is actually a source of stress and anxiety? What if, instead, we could learn to forget what is not essential? Pay close attention to this next part, as it's crucial to understanding the concept. The ancient Greeks had a concept of mnemosyne, or memory, which they saw as a double-edged sword. On the one hand, memory allows us to learn from our experiences and grow as individuals. On the other hand, excessive memory can lead to a kind of mental clutter where we become bogged down by past regrets or future anxieties. The Epicureans, in particular, believed that one should focus on the present moment and let go of unnecessary memories. As you consider your own relationship with memory, I'm sure you can think of times when you've gotten caught up in rehashing past arguments or worrying about future events. Has this ever happened to you? You find yourself lying awake at night, replaying conversations or imagining worst-case scenarios. What if, instead, you could learn to let go of these mental distractions? This is where the concept of discipline as forgetting comes in. It's not about forgetting everything, but about selectively letting go of what is not essential. As the medieval Christian philosopher, Thomas Aquinas, noted, the mind is like a mirror, which can only reflect what is present to it. If our minds are cluttered with unnecessary thoughts and memories, we can't reflect on what truly matters. Now, let's fast forward to the modern era. How does this concept of discipline apply to our lives today? Think about it. We're constantly bombarded with information, notifications, and distractions. We're expected to be constantly connected, constantly productive. But what if this pressure to constantly perform is actually a source of stress and burnout? Have you experienced this yourself, that our modern world often prioritizes busyness over true fulfillment? Tell me in the comments. I think it's time for us to re-examine our values and priorities. Perhaps it's time for us to adopt a more minimalist approach to life, focusing on what truly brings us joy and fulfillment. As you consider your own priorities, I encourage you to pause and reflect on what's truly essential to you. What are your core values, your non-negotiables? What are the things that bring you a sense of purpose and fulfillment? Write these down, and then ask yourself, am I living in alignment with these values? This is the part most people miss. Discipline is not just about imposing rules on ourselves, it's about aligning our actions with our values. It's about creating a sense of inner clarity and purpose. As the philosopher Jean-Paul Sartre noted, man is condemned to be free because once thrown into the world, he is responsible for everything he does. As you navigate the complexities of modern life, I encourage you to take a step back and reflect on what's truly essential. What are the things that bring you a sense of peace, a sense of purpose? Which of these lessons resonated most with you today? Comment below, I read every single one. If this resonates with you, consider subscribing. We release new wisdom every week, and you'd like to explore more ideas on cultivating a quiet mind, consider subscribing to our channel. We'd love to have you join our community. As we come to a close, I want to leave you with a powerful question. What would your life be like if you could let go of one thing that's been holding you back? What would you do differently? Take a moment to reflect on this. Share your answer below. The discipline of forgetting what is not essential is a lifelong journey. It's a journey that requires patience, self-awareness, and a willingness to let go. But the rewards are well worth it. By letting go of what is not essential, you can create a more peaceful, more focused existence. You can live a life that truly reflects your values and priorities. And that, my friend, is a life worth living.